Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and BUJO. Welcome to my BUJO briefing for March. As a reminder, this is a series I started this year where we are just updating my journals together. You can see how I use my everyday journal and my reading journal and decide if that's something you would like to try for yourself. So, I always start with my everyday journal whenever I update journals. And I flip to my goals spread. I like to do X amount of goals in 20X. I've done this since about 2017, and this year with 25 in 2025, it's no different. I found that I am struggling a little bit with goals this year, and for me it's probably because I am 8 months pregnant, but I did want to take some time here to talk about how BetterHelp can help you with your goals. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. As many of you know, I am a full-time mom to 2 children. They are 5 and 3 years old, and I'm also 8 months pregnant with baby number 3. I have a full-time job, I am a wife, and I have lots of other hobbies that take up a lot of my time. And so sometimes my goals get put to the wayside. If you find yourself struggling to set goals or achieve your goals, the therapists at BetterHelp are there to help. BetterHelp is an online therapy service that matches you to one of more than 30,000 licensed professionals to help you with your mental health and work toward your personal goals. BetterHelp provides professional, affordable, and personalized therapy in a format that's convenient to you, whether that be by texting or talking on the phone or video chats. It is so easy to get started. You fill out a questionnaire and you will be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple of days. If you find that the therapist you are matched with is not the right fit, you can switch therapists at any time for no extra cost. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. You can start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description box below or visit betterhelp.com/Becca, that's BEKAH, for 10% off of your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. Again, thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. So with all of that being said, I still do have some small updates to make to my goals pages. The first is that I've finished a book, so I'm trying to find the right marker. I've read 51 books now this year, which I don't know if that's a brag because I told myself I wanted to read less, and now I'm already halfway to my goal and not even a third into the year. But I'm turning toward reading more than like looking at screens, and so I am finishing more, which I don't think is a bad thing. I don't have anything else to update on here. I did just want to tell you a couple things since the last time we did a BUJO briefing. I finished my yoga challenge in February 28th, so that felt great. I'm not doing awesome on the picture day. I didn't even fill in February because I think I only posted like 10 pictures out of the 28 days, and that doesn't feel like a success in my book. And I'm not even doing better in March, so I can't say that, but I am doing really well on my monthly goal, where in February I did it halfway. In January I didn't do my 8,000 steps at all. In March I'm doing much better at being off screens by 9 p.m. So I'm hopeful that I can fill in my first monthly health challenge box. All right, here I don't have much to update. You can see some planning ideas and stuff for YouTube, but we can jump ahead to March. And we did set up this spread for the most part. You saw this. I'm not sure if I had done the, what's this called? Monthly spread yet. So yeah, we are filming on March 9th, which is a little early, but this is when I could do it and when I'd have some updates for you. I was over the weekend at a bachelorette party. I don't know if you can read this. It says Bride Tribe, so sorry for my weird tattoo. But I was at a bachelorette weekend party for my friend Betsy. We had a great time celebrating, but I wasn't able to update my bullet journal or reading journal throughout the weekend. So we can do that together today. Here we are at the tracker pages, so let me just get the right markers here. I use these dual tip, or no, sorry, clean color dot markers. They are dual. There's a dot marker side and then just a, is this 0.5 millimeter side. It likes my journal too much to focus on anything else. So, Friday the 7th, I didn't walk my dogs. I don't think Willie walked the dogs over the weekend, so we're gonna mark no for those. I definitely did not wake up early and do morning routine for the weekend because we were up super late, which is not normal for me, and I got to sleep in because I didn't have my children with me. So I slept in until 9:15 on Saturday, which was phenomenal. And then this morning it was about 8. So that felt really good. There were no podcasts to listen to because my podcasts come out on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I mark that as no. This is if I looked at our finances. I didn't all weekend. I'm sure we're doing just fine. And I will look into that tomorrow a little bit. I'm zooming you in so you can see a little bit better. As far as Patreon, I just posted early access for them on videos. They get early access to all my videos, so if that's something you're interested in. I did do that on Friday, but didn't chat with them much at all this weekend, which, sorry patrons, but we'll get back in the swing of things next week. As far as YouTube, I did work on YouTube because I vlogged all weekend, so you will get to see some bachelor party weekend stuff. Friday, I did read more than 100 pages. Saturday, I don't think I did. I think I probably only read 0 to 50 pages, so that's a red dot. Down here you can see 0 to 50 is red dot, 50 to 100 pages is yellow, and then 100 plus is a blue dot. So I did not read that much because we were just, you know, partying and celebrating my friend Betsy. I can't fill in today yet because I don't know how many pages I will read. I don't think we'll get to that 100 plus mark, but we'll see. Instagram, which is my picture a day thing. I like to post on Instagram once a day. It's more so for memory keeping of my kids mostly. I did post a picture today, but I didn't do anything over the weekend. As far as listening to audiobooks while working, that's what this little symbol is. No. I didn't do any housework over the weekend, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do the strategy of pairing where I listened to an audiobook while cleaning the house or folding laundry or doing dishes. And so that did not happen. This is for my screen time after 9 p.m. I did not look at screens after 9 p.m. on Friday, but I did on Saturday. So we'll say that I failed that one. As far as I know, the kids did great sleeping all weekend. We are so close to being out of the chair, and I feel like we'll implement that in the next couple of weeks. And for me, heck no, I didn't go to bed before 10:30 over the weekend because of the party. So we'll have a few things to fill in tomorrow or whenever I do that next. Over here, we have the cleaning and health trackers on this side. Cleaning, it's always tricky when I'm not here. I don't know what my husband does, nor do I expect him to do much when he's taking care of our children all weekend. So I'm just gonna say bed wasn't made. He did do dishes though. He's good at that, staying on top of dishes. And we had to sweep today because there was rice all over the floor because my daughter decided to pick up her rice and eat it with her hands instead of using a fork or a spoon. And so rice got all over. So we did sweep, and I'm pretty sure, well, I don't think we've really done much else, and that's okay. We'll spend next week tidying up. Perfect. Okay, as far as health, over here I track my sleep, my exercise, my steps, and screen time. So I do need to open up my phone for that. Let's just quick get some numbers here. Friday, it looks like I got 13 minutes of exercise and 4,944 steps. I am struggling nowadays, everybody, with my pregnant belly and getting moving because I'm just feeling lots of pains, which is unfortunate. 17 minutes of exercise on Saturday, and oh my gosh, that's it. I think I don't think I wore my watch a lot this day, actually. 3,762, which we did spend a lot of time at our Airbnb, but we also did a lot of walking, so maybe that wasn't right. Oh well. I also slept in until 9, which is unusual, and when I get a lot of steps in the morning. We can't fill in Sunday, because Sunday isn't done yet. Let's check some screen time. I don't think I was on my screen a bunch with friends. Sometimes my screen time app does this, where it doesn't show me last week. In the settings app on my iPhone, it won't jump back the week, because like Sunday is the rollover day. Nope. Okay, it's not showing, so we don't get to fill in that. Sorry. But let's check sleep, because I think I got a lot of sleep over the weekend. Alright, so this says 6:27 into Saturday, but it stopped when my alarm went off, which I forgot I had my alarm on. So it stopped at 6:25, but then I slept for another almost 3 hours. So we're gonna say I got 9 hours of sleep. Woohoo! That's the most I've gotten in a very long time. And then same goes for this morning. It says I woke up at 6:40, but I didn't. I got another hour 20 at least. So we'll say I got 8 hours of sleep last night, which means I completed my goal through those. Oops, we'll zoom out here. I completed my goal of at least getting 6.5 hours. That's what I shoot for. So if I reach the goal, I do color them in. Alrighty. And these trackers are complete. Now let's check on reading trackers. The Wild Robot Escapes I finished over the weekend, so that's what we'll get to update in my reading journal. But let's just see percentage-wise, because I read a fair amount on Friday night. Alright, I got to 86% on Friday. 5, 10, 15. Here's 86. Alrighty. And then on the 8th is when I finished the book. We'll use this red. And because this wasn't on my TBR, I don't have anything to mark over here. The only other book I started was Things We Lost to the Water. And this is my audiobook, so I put a little headphone symbol over here. And on the 7th, on Friday, because I listened on my way to bachelorette party, it was about an hour away, I got 18%. 5, 10, 15, about there. Alrighty. And I didn't do any listening on the 8th, but I did do some today, so we'll get to fill in another block of color tomorrow. Haven't done much work on The Secret Garden. That's another book I'm physically reading, but I have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books this month so far. I do have an extra page here for more books because I feel like I will finish quite a bit. Here was the week. I'll mark that I got milk on Friday. I did do that after work. Betsy's bachelorette was all weekend. Willie taught Sunday school today. Thank you to him. I posted on Friday on Patreon. I vlogged all weekend, so we'll put little check marks there. And I'm doing the March BUJO briefing as we speak. As far as the pick a day, this is like where I track goals down here. I only did one. Whoops. So that doesn't count. But I did stay off my screens on Friday. We'll see how I do tonight. Saturday I won't get to mark in, but we'll see if I get there tonight or not. It's already 8:58. So I don't know if we'll get there tonight or not. Looking ahead to next week, I had already set this up on Friday, but just to note, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning. I teach kids music on Wednesday after school. My sister and I are going to see Dear Evan Hansen on Thursday night. And I've got Patreon sprints on Friday. And I have Sunday school music on Sunday. So should be a fairly easy week. Haven't talked through meals yet with Willie, and not quite sure what's on the task list. So we're not gonna fill anything in here. And because there's still like 3 weeks left of March, I'm not gonna go ahead and set up April. April's baby month though, so maybe I'll do something baby themed. I did have a baby theme for when Theodore came. I should look back at that and see if I could recreate it. That would be fun. All right, let's switch over to this sucker, my reading journal. And we have some updates to make because I finished The Wild Robot Escapes by Peter Brown, which is the second in this series. So we'll have some fun updates to make. Here are my bookshelves. I do need to draw in our next book. And I gave The Wild Robot 4 stars. It could jump to a 4.5. It was super good. So I referenced this little tip out here, and 4 stars is this light tan. Of course, I can never find the marker I'm looking for when I need it. Colored that in, and we'll come back to write the title once that dries. Here is the tally sheet, or the reading in review. I read The Wild Robot Escapes physically, so we put a little tick mark there. This is a male author. I gave it 4. We're just going to do 4 for now. There's not any sort of representation, so we're not going to mark that. I'm counting it as sci-fi because of the whole robot and like futuristic feel. It came out in 2018. Wow, these are older than I thought. And it is middle grade. So we've updated those little tallies. Nothing to do on this page or on the book club page, but we can add another book. Did I even add Wild Robot on here? I don't see it. Okay, so when I read the first, The Wild Robot, I didn't put it on here. Am I? No. So we're going to add The Wild Robot to the series list, and there are 3 in this series, so we make 3 little boxes. All of the brown boxes are for books that I read before 2025, and so I read both of the Wild Robot books so far in 2025. So they get a green box. And I'm hoping to finish the series this month too, because it's just so cute. And I want to continue on with Roz. My 51st book of the year was fantasy sci-fi. So I get my mild liner zebra markers and I just mark that in. Alrighty, nothing to update here. I just want to let you know I finished 4 out of my 12 self-destruct books, which feels super amazing. I feel like I was rushing to get these done last year, and I think I picked ones that I'm interested in this year. I am also halfway through, or maybe a third of the way through, another one, Things We Lost to the Water. So that is great. Nothing to update here. No buzzword or buzz cover. I hadn't read a book of the month recently. The Wild Robot Escapes I can't put on here, and I'm really only filling in the series bingo if I've finished a series. So once I finish the Wild Robot series, I could mark something off on here. Alrighty, let's skip ahead to March. You haven't seen this setup yet. What did you see last? You saw February. This is how February ended. I can give you just a quick little flip through of February. I read 17 books. Here's the stats. Fun things to look at. And then here is March. So, I need to add that I finished a book, but I don't think I had even put that I started this book, because I started it on the 7th. And wait a second, that was wrong. I started it on the 6th, right? Yeah, I started it on the 6th. I always reference this because that's how far I got. So that dot will just be for my next book that I started on the 7th. That'll be for Things We Lost to the Water. But The Wild Robot, we can extend this line, and this will be the 6th book I've finished this month. This dot is for The Secret Garden. So I just add a number once I've completed the book, because then I put all the stats and stuff in order of completion over here. So we've got The Wild Robot Escapes by Peter Brown. How many pages are in this one? 278, because I did read the acknowledgements. Very close to the first in the series with 277. It took me 3 days to read, and I'm going to mark it as a 4. And then I discovered it because it's a part of a series. That's usually what I do with second or third or continuation in series. Alrighty. This is where I put my deck of TBR. I had 10 books on my deck of TBR, and then these are other hopefuls. I also add books that I bought here, which I could add my book of the month book this month, which is called Wild Dark Shore. That's the one I bought. But because The Wild Robot Escapes wasn't on my deck of TBR, I don't mark anything here, and I already marked The Wild Robot here. I might as well, because I love to add things just to cross them off. We'll put The Wild Robot Escapes. And then what's the next book in the series called? Because I should add that down here. I would like to read it this month. The Wild Robot Protects. Alright. Here's what I picked for middle grade March for various prompts. I think this was the 3-name author, Fish in a Tree by Linda Mullally Hunt. This was for Flowers on the Cover, Moon Garden. This was for a book with travel, Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This was Read a Book in a Series, Amari and the Despicable Wonders by B.B. Alston. And lastly, a book published in the 1900s. I put in Anne of Avonlea. I've only completed one of those so far, but that's okay. Here is my Realmathon spread. I really like this one. I am a part of the Stingers team, and so I put our extra bonus prompts here, and then I put the bonus prompts for everyone, the urban setting prompt, and then how many points you get for page count. And then this little tip in here are how you add power to your realm or take away power from another realm. So you'll see that I put the book, the star rating, and my thoughts. I add some quotes, if there are any quotes, and then I put a bar at the very bottom of the book for how many Realmathon points I got. So for Frizzy, I got 48 points. For Whitebird, I got 43. For Class Act, I got 55. And for The Wild Robot, I got 38. Turning on over, Nevermore was my highest point-wise. I got 64 points, so that was great. But unfortunately, Nevermore didn't quite work for me. So let's add The Wild Robot in here. I have some covers printed out. These are all like hopefuls and things I'd like to read this month. Things that have come up on Libby, so I might listen to them. And so on and so on. But if you've ever wondered how I put these book covers in, I just print them on a Word document. I size them about 1 inch across, at least the horizontal way, because that fits about 5 boxes in my A5 dotted journal. And then I use this Scotch permanent tape runner and just add tape to the back. Of course I added extra tape, but I just do 2 little lines. I don't know if you can see kind of in the glare there, but we just stick her in, and then I mark that I gave it 4 stars, and I'll write a little something. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this or just don't read and pay attention. Okay, and then here's where I'd add quotes, but I don't think I marked anything. Don't hate me, but I do tab or like I do a dog ear if there's any quotes, and there aren't any. So we won't add quotes, but what I will do is add a little swatch of color right here, which will be for Realm of Thorn points. I haven't figured out what my points are yet for the Wild Robot, but I will do that later on when I film a vlog clip, because I'm updating my weekly vlog with those points. So stay tuned for that. Actually, you'll have already seen it. But that is where we're at. The only thing I need to do is go back here and write the title. And then we are done with my BUJO briefing. I've updated my journals for the day. Thank you for coming along and watching, and let me know if you have any questions about how I use my everyday journal or my reading journal. I would love to chat with you in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you very soon with another video. Bye!